No, we are not cutting her hair and we are not dyeing it. It is perfection in its own way. It is perfection. Oh, Whitney, Whitney, Whitney. You wish you were this funny. I understand. I've had friends like you before. They're like, I'm going to try to be as funny as Liz, but I'm just going to get all of the love hate clients because I truly hate my life living in Altadena and knowing that he's so close. And then I'm like, wait, I'm actually in love with his wife? Kill me now. Just kill me now. I mean, clearly your grilled cheese was burnt. Who picked up that grilled cheese, Whitney? Who picked it up? Who didn't peruse the grilled cheese for the correct one? Do you not have eyes? Can you not peruse the grilled cheese for the less burnt one? Are your eyes not correct, Whitney? Do you need glasses? Or do you have to wait till that burnt taste goes into your mouth to be like, oh, wait, this one's burnt? Whitney, 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 what are we going to do with you? I've had friends like you, Whitney. Bro's clocking you. Bro was clocking you big time. February 23rd, guys. Where's my husband? Come on. This can't go on. This can't go on. I got Elizabeth Warren yelling at me in telepathy while I'm walking my dog in the field. And she's talking about paperwork on MSNBC. How are you going to be talking about paperwork on MSNBC while you're yelling at me in telepathy while I'm walking my dog in the field, Elizabeth Warren? Which one is true? Which one is true? A telepathic attack on Jean Grey, the highest mutant in the land? Or are you talking about paperwork on MSNBC and defending financial police? Which one's true, Elizabeth Warren? Y'all go against yourselves every single day. You can't debate me in telepathy if you don't believe in it, Elizabeth Warren. It's another one of those make it make sense statements. I'm going to talk about 3D as if it's real, and then I'm going to battle you in telepathy while you're walking your dog in the field. That doesn't make sense to me, Elizabeth Warren. Are you saying mutants are real, Elizabeth Warren? Is that what you're saying? Aren't you the one that is defending vaccines to save your own goddamn life? But you're saying mutants are real if you're talking to me in telepathy while I'm walking my dog in the field. You're saying that mutants are definitely real. That's definitely what you're saying with your actions. What you're saying with your words are perceived, but what you're saying with your actions, that's a real reality. You see the difference? Can y'all see the difference? Actions speak louder than words. Somebody's going to debate you in telepathy and then say that mutants aren't real with their mouth. Which one's real? I'm pretty sure your telepathic attack says it all, Miss Elizabeth Warren. Okay? Okay? She got 3 salads and she's going to complain about a burnt grilled cheese. Grilled cheese. She has 3 salads to choose from and she's complaining about a burnt grilled cheese. Mm-mm-mm. And then she said that's associates to accusing people of SA. That's the same thing. If you get a burnt grilled cheese, then you can accuse somebody of SA, Whitney. I know you said it as a joke, but I know it ain't a joke. I know y'all are slanderous like that. Y'all play like that to make us feel less than or whatever when we actually get S8 at work. And then we got to deal with people like you that are like, oh yeah, this is getting S8, getting a burnt grilled cheese. I think that's eating a burnt grilled cheese, okay? If I'm talking in a logical 3D sense, that's just eating a burnt grilled cheese. And you could literally throw it out and go get another one, and nobody would say anything to you. So there's literally no reason to use your mouth. Why don't you go play some Mario Kart with me and get back to me? I don't know if I'm any good at Mario Kart anymore, but I used to whoop my siblings' butt in Mario Kart growing up. That was definitely my jam. That was definitely my game, and I think I couldn't be beat at Mario Kart. They said it's the most stressful video game ever. I laughed so hard when this girl was playing it one time on TikTok. She can't hang in Mario Kart at all. She can't hang, and that makes me laugh beyond belief when somebody can't hang in Mario Kart and they just get spun off the track. And she just sits there like this. How come you can't play Mario Kart? That's like the one game I could beat my brothers and my sister. Well, obviously I can always beat my sister, but that's the one game I could always beat my brothers at was Mario Kart. One game. All the rest of the games they could beat me, or they would usually just I would pass the controller to them when I needed to win a level. But Mario Kart can't be beat. Like I said, I don't know how I do right now. The tensions are high, so I probably wouldn't be that good at Mario Kart today. But in general, I'm pretty good at it. How are you gonna say you need to do paperwork and every inch of this fabric's got to work for you, Alyssa, and then debate with me in telepathy in the field? Like you're going against me. You don't tell me how to play my video game. Okay, and we're still dealing with this a year later. It's making me sick to my stomach because it's making the tensions go crazy. My ears were ringing like insanity last night. Like my ears were just like going off. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Just such intense ear ringing. So the aliens are definitely invading. It was intense. Um, it starts at night and it starts subtly, guys. You already lost the demon game. Now you're about to lose the soul game. Okay? You're about to lose the soul game. I mean, y'all lost the demon game fair and square. Okay? Now you're about to lose soul rights as well. What's the point of talking if we're not listening? That's what she said. Oh, Whitney, you always get it wrong. I'm in love with his wife. Yes, Whitney. I am that funny. Y'all got me worried, and every time you get me super worried, I'm like, I gotta run to Ryan. Every single time, I'm like, oh God, I need my twin brother. I have to get out of here. Um, you know, I want to assume that my twin brother's going to be my twin brother, but he's probably got some soul integration to go as well. I'm just being honest with myself. Um, um, okay, so, yeah, I don't know what you guys did to my hair. It's a little bit of a worry. That's why I'm like, I gotta go to Ryan. Um, yeah. You see how small my pores are, though, guys? You see how small my pores are and how cute my nose is? Okay. All right. There was no, we did Earth space training 2 nights ago, and I didn't talk about it. And then you guys spend all day saying, like, why didn't you talk about it? And then, like, we all go crazy, and then a whole bunch of bad shit happens, and we fill in level one more and more. And you guys are like, well, how bad is it if we're filling it in? Is that funny? Is that funny that we're filling in level one? That you guys are crazy. Um, can you hear me? Is that why you're laughing? Can I get a acknowledgement in real life if that's why you're laughing? You're laughing that we're filling in level one. It's funny to you. I think you should say it out loud with your mouth if you think it's funny, because my hair's getting on my nerves. You think it's funny that we're filling in level one, guys? That's weird. You're weird. You're weird if you think it's funny that we're filling in level one. The land of one boob. Okay, we figured out one boob and where it comes from. I do see people with one boobs. I'm not joking when I see that. I see it when you guys do the leering. You leer at me. When me and Brandon are together, you guys leer at me, right? The one molecule, little princess god, me. And you leer at me, and you start as people, and then you start going together. Okay, and you join, like conjoined twins. Okay, so you join energy like 4 or 5 people together, and so your boobs go together, and so then each person ends up having one boob because you're conjoining energy. So basically, you're losing energy of being an individual, and that's why it's funny that you guys think like you need to individuate and stuff like that, because you're literally doing, you're literally losing energy when you're leering at me and Brandon, the two gods on this earth, and you lose energy when you do that. When you leer at me, because it's basically illegal to leer and to remote view gods when you're just a mortal and you're not in the core and da 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 and all the stuff or whatever. So you lose energy because of that, and you congeal together, 4 or 5 of you together, and then so losing energy would attribute to going from 2 boobs to 1 boob each person, right? So you get 1 boob kind of like right in the middle or whatever, and you start to fall. Basically, you fall in levels. So like we said, like there's the 3 boob in Mars, right? That's why I said like it's in both Total Recalls. You can go look at 3 boobs. She's there. Okay, so she's partially evolved because she has 3 boobs. You can elect to probably get 3 boobs. You don't have to like gain boobs as you go up the spectrum. Like, come on. But it's just an obvious way of showing it. Okay, to the people that need it to be obvious, that gets you confused. And so anyway, you congeal and you get 1 boob because you're lowering yourself in energy. You're depleting yourself in energy, and so it's further dense. It's more densified. Obviously, so Mars has more technology than Earth because it's a lighter density, and so it's easier to reach to the conclusions to get to that advanced technology. For example, decapitating someone and keeping the consciousness alive in the head as well as the body, and having these, people that can take off their heads or whatever and stuff like that, and all that technology. It's in Total Recall if you want to go look at it. And I'm sure Ryan used to talk about it, but there might be somebody out there who talks about it once in a while, but I'm talking about it right now, aren't I? So anyway, it's easier to come to scientific conclusions when you're lighter in density. And so that's how they get that advanced technology quicker in Mars. Okay. And so we failed. I've already talked about Mars, how we failed it multiple times. We keep dropping in density. We keep dropping to Earth because y'all ain't listening to me. And y'all worried about your grilled cheese and think it's funny to drop to level 1. And lose energy and become 1 boob. Okay. So you can see it because, so basically you're turned on by the gods making love. Okay, so that's what's happening when you're congealing or whatever. To be quite honest with you guys, we know this is what's happening. Okay, Brandon is my dad, and he tells me about it. What he explains it to me step by step what's happening. Okay, and like you enjoy watching Brandon and Ma's love affair. Okay, but you lose energy because it's illegal, right? I keep saying that because I'm trying to let you know, like, you're not a god. So so you lose energy, things get closer together. Okay, you'll see it in the eyes as well. The eyes will get closer together because you're congealing and densifying and dropping in matter. And so there's different um, ways of discovering that in the body. The girls that have like the eyes that are wide apart or whatever, they are a lot less dense. And we used to have a lot of models like that. They look like aliens. Um, so okay, and then the eyes get closer together. The closer you get to level 1. Okay, eventually you are going to have just one eye as well. I'm not joking. Cyclops. Have you heard of Cyclops, guys? So so it is demonstrated in, because you're watching this fantasy of two gods having a love affair, Alyssa and Brandon, and you have a love affair, right? And that's why y'all get married and have babies or whatever. And then the one boob is a dropping in matter, and so the boob right now is the stomach of the baby. So that is how do I describe this so you guys can understand? Like, this is 3D here or whatever, and so you have two boobs in 3D, and we should be able to easily ascend to Mars, which is probably real 3D, okay, and have three boobs if you want. And so the one boob is demonstrated as the stomach of the fetus in the pregnancy, okay? And if you look at a pregnant woman, it kind of looks like a gigantic boob, right? It's like a gigantic boob, but it's her pregnant stomach. And it's because you're dropping in density. I already told y'all why it happens and how it happens. Because you guys can't mind your own business, and you can't take your eyes off of Brandon and me or Colin and me. Okay, some of you probably see Colin and me, whatever. It's the same. It probably looks like the same guy. And so we actually do drop in density, and if you have eyes to see, you can see people dropping through the floors, and you can see where they're actually located. So you can see like a person will be like halfway between a floor, and it's because they're dropping in density. And I already told you about how Krista and I were going back to I'm going to say 2D and then drop into 1D, 2D and then drop into 1D, 2D and drop into 1D, and it's sort of like filling in 1D because you guys are not choosing to ascend. You guys are choosing to descend, and so it's like we're just filling it in increments instead of like a flash, which is extremely painful for everyone involved. So it's sort of like the floor is split when you get pregnant, and it's sort of like above your boobs, you're in, I'm just going to say 3D, and then below your boobs, where the one boob is, then you're in 1D. Okay, so it's like a 3D, 1D split when you get pregnant. Okay, and when you drop down and when you fill down in 1D, when you fill in 1D, you will change, you will devolve in evolution and form, and you will have one boob, and you might have one eye too. I'm not really sure how much lower we have to go for you guys to have one eye, but I think it's just physical eyes that are closer in 1D, and it's physical one boob. Okay. And it's definitely going to happen. Okay. And it's probably demonstrated in 3D in various forms and various fashions. Okay. So that's why this is happening, and y'all keep like fighting us, and I don't know why. It's crazy. What do I want to say? Jason Momoa said that the Shane wedding that I described was also his wedding. And so that means I was the bride at his wedding. and we were together when he was with Lisa Bonet. And during his SNL 50th anniversary appearance, that was his synthetic form. Because I was like, I don't know who this is. Who is this guy? And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I think that's Jason's synthetic. And then I had a conversation with him when he was in the car being driven by his chauffeur, Miss Ariana Grande, I believe her name is. And she was driving them to the airport. And I had a conversation with him about it, whatever. And he was just like, um, I was like, I think I'm ready for my red carpet appearances. And he was like getting excited and he was almost crying. And he was like, oh my God, Miss Ariana, she's getting ready for her red carpet appearance. I'm so excited because I'm married to Liz. And that was really nice to talk to my husband because I was like, who is this synthetic guy? And I was getting kind of worried, but there he was. So, um, there's Jason splitting or whatever. So if you want to make my men get married in a 3D format and make them cheat on me or whatever, you're not going to get the real one anymore. You're just going to get synthetic copies of my court so that I can pull all my organic energy back and have my organic court, and you can have the robot version. And that might be why what happened and everything like that. And we got to clean it up. But that's what's happening. I'm still in the middle of the story myself, so I don't know exactly everything. But yeah, I know. So anyway, because I saw Lisa Bonet push her face out of Ariana Grande, and I was like, that's interesting. That is Lisa Bonet. So I think I'm getting ready for my red carpet experience. I think I'm getting ready for my red carpet appearances. Not that any of this really matters. I don't know, but that's what I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he went to SNL. New York's an hour away. I think he went there to literally try to come here and pick me up, and he was caught by the resistance yet again. Not allowed to come pick up his wife, and we don't know why. If anybody has any clues as to why Jason Momoa can't pick up his real wife, please let us know. Please let us know, because you're destroying the earth and our peace of mind and our humanity and making us fall to level 1 boob. So, what was I going to say? Oh, I had a dream last night that I was dumped by Hayden. And I hope I'm not really being dumped by Hayden, but I tend to trust the process or whatever. It might have been because he came over to arrest. No, he came over last night. Excuse me. And as soon as he came over, he boarded up the windows because y'all went super crazy and turned into zombies right away. And so he boarded up the whole house. And I mean, because we did try to hang out with family and stuff, and y'all were like going really crazy. And we're just like, we're just going to chill together. Like, we can't deal with this. And so he boarded up all the windows and he was like, no, there's definitely zombies out there. We can't go out there. I was like, okay. And then he was like, oh, I got to go arrest Alyssa. Let me see who it is. And it was an Alyssa clone. Then I had a dream. I was dating Hayden, and I think I was in the Alyssa clone that he was arresting. And he was dumping her or whatever. He ghosted her, basically. He said something to her like that let her know she was being dumped. I don't remember what he said, but like one of those smart ass sentences, that guys say. And because I have been ghosted and I have been dumped, guys, and I know those sentences quite well. And it was I forget what the sentence was, but it's probably something like, I think you'll be all right. Something like that, And I called and I was like, there's no way he just dumped me. There's no way. And I called him twice and he didn't answer. And I was like, am I literally being dumped? Am I literally being dumped? And But I had just gotten a new job. I was a graphic designer, and again, and I had just found a job, another circus tent, they want to say, but it was another fashion industry job, and they decided to train me for free to be a fashion designer. And I was like, oh, thank God, peace of mind. I'm going to get out of graphic design once and for all and become a fashion designer and not have to ever worry about being a graphic designer ever again. And I was very happy with that decision in the dream. And that's not, if you know me, that's not me at all. I'm just like, just let me draw in peace and let me paint in peace. Let me make the prints. That's what makes me happy. And that's the only thing that makes me happy. I don't want to worry about seams or hems or, length of the sleeve or fits or fit modeling or, the fabric or the, wear tests or the tech packs or anything, doing specs or, sourcing from factories in China for the best price. And I hate that stuff. I do not like being a fashion designer at all. Okay. What type of collar, or what type of fucking sleeve are we doing? And ugh, I hate it. Um, so, but this person that I was, and that's what I'm saying, I think I was a clone. This person was very excited and happy to change from graphic designer to fashion designer. And they were like distracted by that, by their good job. With the fact that Hayden dumped them, they were completely distracted. And they also were being trained by a twin of their face because I was being trained by my twin Leonardo DiCaprio. Do you guys know who my twin is? And so they were seeing their twin, a twin of their face, because I was seeing my twin face, Leo's face. And he was talking about how each person is like one molecule off from another person. So it was very early on training, like I want to say like somebody that just started their career or something like that, like in their early 20s or something like that. So it was very like early onset training. And yes, it's a decision to go crazy. Obviously, it's a decision to go crazy. Um, yeah, so that's why. And I woke up and he's like, I think he's like, I think I didn't dump you, Alyssa. I think I was dumping a clone. And I was like, okay, well. And then I got really upset about Jason Momoa because I was thinking about how happy we were when we were together. We were so happy because the Aquarian age was popping and there was all this, it was just, crazy energy every single day. And we knew nothing was real. And it was beautiful to experience. And it was beautiful to be with Jason during that time. And I got like so sad because he was like at SNL with another woman. I was like, um, and so that's why I had to talk with him in the car, and that was fun. Um, Driving Miss Daisy. She's driving Miss Daisy. Okay, so Mario Kart, yeah. That's the one game I'm just like, it's really funny. Mario Kart's really funny to me, guys. It's so funny. Um, and then what happened? Oh, and then I smelled my grandfather's pipe when I woke up, and that was so nice. I haven't smelled my grandfather's pipe since he's been alive, really. So that was really nice. But then Claire and I started talking, thinking about it, and we're like, does that mean we're playing contact? I mean, we are calling Palpatine, so are we playing contact? I don't know. It really calmed me down to smoke my grandfather's pipe, though. It didn't feel like contact at all, but he might be a sign that we're about to play contact. Just just four normies trying to figure out what's going to happen next. Oh, did I write anything? Got dumped by Hayden. He said something that led me to believe he didn't like me anymore, and then he didn't pick up the phone after 2 calls, but I didn't notice until someone said something. I tried to call him and he didn't answer. I was like, huh, maybe I'm being dumped. But I was too busy to notice. Yeah, so I read all that. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it, guys. Oh, yesterday, but yeah, I think it was a Hayden clone. Don't you think it was a Hayden clone I was talking to last night? I think I was talking to a Hayden clone because he was like, we're switching timelines or none of this happened. You know, we want to see it or none of this happened. And that's not usually how Hayden speaks. Hayden, we know that it's real because we've seen crazy stuff. So we know it's real, okay? And we've seen zombie bleed throughs of people and we've seen organic people. So we know it's real. Um, but yeah, I think it was a Hayden clone saying that to the Alyssa clone. And last night, because we always turn into weird people and we're just like, who are these people, you know? And then she was like on TikTok and she was like, well, that, like watching a bunch of UFO stuff. And she was like, well, that one doesn't look real. Well, that one doesn't look real. That looks fake. That looks fake. That one's hard to believe. Okay, that one's easy to believe. And I was just kind of going with it because I mean, y'all are using my energy, so I don't know, but we know it's real. We know it's real. We know there's a version of this house on a lower level that's abandoned already because y'all always keep talking about the abandoned house. So we know there's a version of it. So yeah,